And hello. Welcome everybody to Speed Gaming 4. We have another Super Metroid Rando League race for you today. We have Dark BiZalmon's versus Vileplumes. And joining me on commentary for today is HK. How's it going?
It is going great. It is going great.
Yeah, so this is the final day for the route randomizers. I'm pretty sure that the runners will be relieved to know that, to just finally get these out of the way. They've all been a heck show, for lack of a better word. Having our runners run pretty much everywhere, to and fro, skipping items, accidentally fighting, finding, whatever they need on the opposite sides of the planet, only to backtrack and get gated by something else, and then having to go look for another. It's just a jumbled mess. But the runners are off. Team Dark BiZalmon's consists of Bressingham and Bison versus the Vileplumes representatives Zeb and Canadian Owl.
Yeah, but it's going to be a really good race, and it looks like they have started. They've been started.
Yeah, so the landing site, how it normally starts is their progression is gonna be. I don't know if they ended up. Ooh, I just noticed that they have screw attacks super early. I didn't notice if what the teams try to do is scope out what kind of colored door they have at the beginning upon landing. Because normally what the game gives them is 2 gray doors, 1 blue door to actually, start the seed, and then 1 colored door. And so keeping that colored door in mind, just so that you don't forget, in case you can't find your progression elsewhere, it might be possible that the runners will have to backtrack upon finding either a pink door there, a super door there. It's just, or a yellow door. It's good info to have anyway.
It looks like they found screw attack early. That's always a good find. Early.
Good tech helps with, not dying early, honestly. It lets you just kill, in one spin, every enemy in the game. Aside from bosses. Yeah, so for standard start, we see all the runners pick up their first missile packs. Getting started on Bomb Torizo, Bressingham and Zeb are already done. I'm really gonna like how Brass and how Zeb end up moving through these randos. Quite curious.
Looks like Bress found Charge Beam. I missed that.
Yeah, they all start off finding a charge beam. It's pretty much a given.
I'm sorry. I just spaced out there for a second. A little crazy. It was a crazy morning. A crazy morning for me, at least. So
every seed starts you off with charge. Thankfully, it just makes it so that you don't go on a wild goose hunt. Oh, wow, power bombs extremely early, which is good. Sometimes these minor items can get locked behind way deep into the seed. We've had seeds where power bombs were early and super. Well, there's your super pack. There in
Green Hill Zone.
Yeah, I do like Bressingham's approach here, because I think it's a real good rule of thumb to just kind of save upon entering any of these rooms where there's a save like right next door. Because any door could accidentally lead you into a boss or into a very scary room. Like as we see here, Bress is already at the 30 energy threshold.
Well, he did go into a heated room by surprise.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. Like, no heated rooms are required as well. Just to point out.
He's gonna refill on missiles there, and it looks like Canadian Owl is getting back into the mix of things. And Zeb is somewhere in Meridia.
But to save, yeah. He's in the elevator room. To Forgotten Highway. Ooh, Bress. Not that a death would really cost him a lot of time.
He did save recently. That screw attack is really helping.
Oh wow, that's actually can't remember if the Forgotten Highway elevator really just does take you to Forgotten Highway. But it looks like it did that time, so.
Well, part of it, at least. Now he's in Norfair.
It's another hub. Looks like Zeb's gonna want to save again. Okay, not generally a bad idea. It's just good practice, I feel.
It looks like Bizon is in the Forgotten Highway elevator as well. Location.
By the looks of it, it seems that every single route so far has kind of taken the runners the same way. So it's as much branching as there seems to be in these route randos, this one is kind of starting off a little linear. But we'll see what these Norfair doors lead them to.
Well, looks like Zeb ended up in the room after Baby Metroid, and then went into the map room that's in Criteria, and then Terminator. Now he's in Edikun room, and Bizon was in the plasma walk entryway.
Yeah, he just landed at the landing site, so that's a shortcut back to the ship. It's gonna be good information to know, just in case they need to go to any other doors.
And it looks like
still no energy tanks, but Varia for Zeb. So Zeb is the only one with Varia and a reserve.
I didn't see where he got that Varia.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think Bison is on his way. Like kind of trailing a little bit behind Zeb, because this looks familiar.
Edikun's had a reserve tank, which is kind of useful, especially right now. Ooh, they found Kraid's elevator and whatnot.
Owl just found it. Okay, so it's at the left.
It's in wreck ship.
Wreck ship supers. Okay.
Ooh, oh no, poor Bressing. He went into Kraid's door leads into Golden Chorizo.
Yeah. Oh, this is a shortcut for Zeb. At least Bress knows, has info on Varia, meaning that, and I don't know how they're gonna do this fight. I don't think it should be required this early either. But since Bison has Varia and Bress knows where it is, still no supers for Bress though either.
Bress had supers and then he died. Well, he was either gonna die or reset because he ended up in the Golden Chorizo room.
All right, true.
Now Bress could, if Bison told him, like infinite bomb jump all the way up to the top and get back to that Norfair, because that is a quick a quick access for him. So that is an option, but I think he's just going to take the long way about it.
I mean, I think the path leads him to the items that he needs. So better that he doesn't feel that, that he skips anything on his way too, because it's still not a long. It's not a lot of progress lost.
No, not that
Now,
much.
Zeb still is lacking in power bombs, but that's only because Owl ended up checking everything else. I think Zeb is on his way to pick him up right now.
Looks like Bezin's thinking about it and decides not to. And Canadian Owl is now in the Golden Chorizo fight.
It's a good idea to check this item, I would feel.
Yeah.
He could still cheese it, but it's going to be a long fight. And
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a really long fight. I mean, just charge shots.
Is who? He could speed up the I don't know. If he farms for supers, he can speed up the process. But GT hits incredibly hard. That
I'd rather play it safe if I would. I mean, that's what I would do. I'd play it safe. And Bizin is back at the landing site.
Okay, so this is colored door. That's a different way for progression. Not that the fight that Owl is doing right now is necessarily, any sort of skip or like some sort of sequence break. But in a race setting, I don't know what you do. You obviously want to kill this thing as quickly as possible. Owl's having a pretty good fight though, thus far.
Oh yeah, he's hardly took any damage.
Deb is backtracking a bit. I wonder what there was before Bomb Chorizo that they could have wanted. Honestly, couldn't tell because I was pretty sure that they're all linear at this point. So it would just end up leading him back to the landing site. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, Brax has picked up Varya now, so he's pretty much in the same position that he was before death. While Bison is trying to bomb jump up here, which seems like it's a little bit more logical than having to force through a GT fight. But Owl's almost done.
Now, is that door behind Golden Chorizo going to lead you into that room? That's the big $1 million question right there. Will that door lead to where the screw attack normally is?
Oh no, it's not. That's because it won't lead you into screw attack because Zeb is already there and Bison.
Ooh, there's a space jump. Nice. I bet he feels better about that bomb jump he just did.
That's how it usually works. But space jump being my favorite item, it makes everything all the more easier. Nice job for Owl taking down.
If he would have grabbed that, that like foresight, like hey, when you fight Golden Chorizo, remember to grab that item while you're up there.
That too. It would have been. I mean, in a way, Bison and Zeb are gonna have an easier time fighting that because they have space jump, so they can easily pick up the item before the fight starts. And it's nice that I'm pretty sure that the randomizer does that on purpose. Makes it more likely to drop plasma right before the fight with Golden Chorizo if it's super early. Ooh, there's the wave gate. So Owl has the info that that wave is going to be required at some point real soon.
Yep.
Oh, nice. There's Bison's first E-tank. That's the first tank of the seed that we've
Yeah,
seen so far.
I'd count an energy tank as a tank.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, well, he already had an energy tank or a reserve tank, so I mean, close enough.
Oh, now the back door over here to Lower Norfair. It's always a nice treat to see. Bison? Okay, I think it's... He doesn't know where the... He knows that there's access here, right? Oh, no.
He doesn't know.
Oh, no. Okay.
That's gonna cause some problems, maybe.
Maybe. Unless Bressingham can get there and tell him, and that's why it's like really important to have like communication, just to kind of give you an idea like what is possible and what isn't. It does kind of
hinder them somewhat.
It does. Here's hoping that Brest knows, because if neither runner from Team Dark BiZalmon's happens to know, yeah, it's gonna be rough.
Yeah, it's gonna be a rough one.
Now that said, though, well, yeah, I don't think they want to go to GT either, because eventually they end up getting literally gated by the wave gate. So
looks like Bressingham is doing this long bomb jump up to get his screw attack and everything.
Yeah. As it stands, though, right now Zeb is getting deeper into the location that Bison ended up passing on.
That is correct.
Good space jump for Brest now as well. Which Al should be, yeah, in just a few rooms, Al should be in the same location, heading the right way as well.
Yes, that's gonna work out really good for him.
Now, while Brest does know where GT is, I still don't feel like he'll be super confident going into that fight just yet.
No, I don't think so either.
The ammo nor the beam loadout seems to point him in that direction. At least I wouldn't think that he'd feel it would force him to do so.
Looks like Al's heading towards to get his space jump. And gravity from Zeb.
Wow. Yeah, so that upper Norfair backdoor route really paying off with the next item. Still not necessarily progression, but more often than not, all these seeds end up seeing some sort of Meridia underwater sort of rooms. Where else would this branch out to, though? Because, well, Zeb did find gravity. I wouldn't know exactly where, unless it branched out somewhere else for Zeb. I wouldn't know where this could possibly lead him. Bison is just standing there wondering what else to do. um, thinking that maybe GT is going to be the play, but
I'm trying to backtrack Zeb's movement, trying to figure out where, like, the path that led to gravity. I'm trying to figure that out.
well, it's pretty much
Oh,
this.
the way that Bizen didn't know that there was another way too. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was that pathway pretty much. So, uh, although Bison does not know, he has been to where he needs to go to pick up gravity. I guess this, yeah, okay, cool. So this is the other way that Zeb could go. I forgot. Ooh,
Tune, the snake in the wall.
I wonder if the seed makes it more convenient for you to find gravity before finding like Batoon. Like in that room in particular, uh, the Hodorupi room. Just because, what if Zeb didn't go into Batoon
Before we get to gravity.
early? Yeah,
Yeah, I'm wondering the same thing. If the logic would force you to go that way or not.
I would think it's like a pretty big red flag to turn back and maybe check the other room.
His partner's gonna have an easier time with the Tune fight than he is with
Yeah,
that plasma beam.
that's true. Al's really not that far behind Zeb. He's a gravity away, but
Yeah, give or take.
now Zeb's turned backwards. I forgot what he ended up finding that he has to backtrack.
Bizen picking up that plasma beam before the GT fight, which is a really good find.
Is everything okay with Brass?
I mean,
I
I've seen him
because
do a lot of save and quits and save and exits and stuff.
me too. And I like if his play is because he has a shortcut to check everything else, um, then that's pretty good tech. The thing is that he jumped into the single chamber room and where Bison was, and yeah, and then he reset. And I don't know if either runner knows that they can backdoor into the lower Norfair exit.
Yeah, I don't think they do either. That knowledge is. I hope they figure it out soon. I really do.
Yeah, that's one of the things about these route randos that because a lot of people don't play them, um, they often get overlooked as to like what is possible and what isn't. Bison just found out that wave is going to be required, and they have no idea where to go. I would hope that Owl goes the way that Zeb did, that forced him to backtrack. But I guess he just isn't because there was a reason for backtracking. I wonder if Zeb does have a few more doors to check here. No, I guess not. He's just gonna go all the way back. Not go do GT, but I think there's another door that they can go through, which is important to make note of. I think it was the colored door over at the landing site. And if that is their next route, that pays off really well for now because it means that they made a really good choice committing to checking everything else before coming back to check everything else that was at the landing site. Okay, well, Brass apparently, I guess, I know that Bison must have told him that it's a dead end because eventually Wave is going to be required, like past GT. But maybe Brass just wants Plasma Beam, which would help
That's true.
with dealing damage output. Here's the opposite side though for Zeb. Oh no. This is where they went. This is starting off.
They gotta. I mean, the Vileplumes have, I think have exhausted everything they could from that particular door, and they can try another one now.
I just don't know if that was the area to go through. Because this is still linear. Yeah, all of this is still linear routing. That's going to eventually lead them to what they had. Unless they find, they just didn't. Well, no, he has space jump. He could have taken the shortcut over to. Is there more here that they want in Parlor?
I'm trying to think. I mean, that bottom door's locked. I mean, I really should be writing some of this down. What goes to where?
No, I mean it's going to be difficult no matter what. I mean, this is how we're seeing it right now. Although they don't have to keep as much tabs as we do.
Space jump allows them to go across the X-ray. We have not seen this exit. But Breastman and Bizon were gonna go this way, but they couldn't get across because of health. So it leads you outside of Dragon's room.
So yeah, so this is. Oh, it's good that they kept that in mind then. It's also good to know about route randos and how they.
Looks like they're in Cathedral or Amphitheater. My bad.
Yeah, and that's so far. This is the only way that Owl and Zeb could go anyway. Meaning that they're always going to be pretty close to one another. So yeah, so that was a really good move by Zeb. It really is unfortunate though that neither Breast nor Bison really have the info on that backdoor to Lower Norfair.
That is a very sad. I hope they realize it. I really do. And Al is heading to catch up to Zeb.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I saw Zeb when he was in Attic run all the way to the left.
Yes.
Okay, so Owl can definitely check the pink door that leads down.
That is correct. I mean that's a good way to split. One person go left and one go down, and that would split it up a little bit more. It looks like that. It looks like it was a dead end though on Zeb's side, so he's gonna end up going down that bottom door. And it looks like Zeb's heading the spacer room door, and it puts you right into Gauntlet.
Yeah, Zeb had another location that he has. Hopefully this doesn't lead to a dead end, but at least it gives them a way to go. Okay, so it looks like the bottom of attic
Is a dead end to missiles, so
yeah.
looks like Zeb's on the right path of finding some kind of progression.
And Owl would probably end up making up a little bit more time.
No,
Not
it looks
having
like
to check all
it
of
looks like. Sorry,
look,
it looks like Bress went the X-ray route as well to see what was going on with that, since he has space jump now and realized, hey, I need gravity, so there has to be another door. So, you know, it's pushing them to that location.
as far as they know, that seems to be, aside from the wave gate that they ended up finding, I think what hopefully they pick up on is that either wave or that gravity is going to be the next item.
Yeah. Zeb found the Torian elevator. Zeb taking a safety save, and Bressman is just checking doors at the moment.
There's wave for Zeb, so that already points them in the right direction of where to go next. It's going to be past GT. Owl's not that far behind.
No. So logically, gravity is going to be before a wave, so they have to. Hopefully, they go back to that Norfair door and go that way.
It's also going to be interesting to note because Zeb has not gone to GT just yet. So a little bit more extra damage with having wave and picking up plasma afterwards, or before the fight rather, should make for a really quick and cheesable golden Trizo.
That door's on the other side of Gold GT.
The wave door?
Yeah, that wave door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Press power bombing the tube, which wouldn't work in these route randos only because showing up like outside of the tube is considered a different room than when you're running inside it.
Really?
Yeah, just during these the route rando, they're considered separate. Oh, bison!
He's heading back.
I hope this is the news that we've been waiting for. This will break open the
There he
blocks, though.
goes. There he goes. That's gonna lead him down the right path. I am glad to see them figure that
Yeah,
out finally. I'm like, that's gonna hopefully they can get what they need and all the information they with what we already know.
it was really just that set them back so much. Even Bressingham had a chance to do it, but he wasn't aware either. Uh, it's a rough one because it's these type of things that you end up sometimes learning the hard way. Wait, doesn't? Oh, I was wondering why Bress ended up power bombing when he already had a space jump.
Looks like they're all. Looks like Zeb and Canadian Al are both heading back to GT.
Yeah, I think from here Zeb is gonna want to. I think this takes him straight into Upper Norfair eventually. It's like not that far away.
Yeah, I don't think it is either.
Might be beyond this room actually. Bress is gonna go ahead and check everything else here. But I'm pretty sure that Bison already checked this. Oh
Yeah, I
no,
think there's.
Bison.
Ooh, Bison stumbled upon Wattoon.
Yeah. I would hope that Bress ends up. Well, either way, it's not like there's. I mean, I don't know. Isn't there like a water room afterwards anyway? So I'm pretty sure that it's gonna point Bison to turn back. Again, I'm not really familiar 100% with the route rando logic, but I'm almost positive that if a room is filled with a bunch of water, it usually just means
Yeah.
turn back. Either way, it was a dead end. Now that I just realized, so Batoon was a bust. It's not worth fighting Batoon.
Now it looks like Zeb's gonna get his plasma beam before this Golden Chorizo fight and just make it a lot easier than what Al went through.
Yeah, although that still was a really good fight for Canadian.
Yeah, I give props to Al on that fight.
Okay, so Bison is gonna be happy with what they find past this pink door. Quick fight though for Zeb. Yeah, Al's not that far behind. It's probably like
No.
2 rooms away from Zeb.
Yeah, give or take. Yeah.
Okay, made it past the wave gate. So now let's find out what comes up next. We haven't even had any bosses, just mini bosses. What if we could see a fabled
Fantoon.
Well, not just that, but what if we just don't see any bosses at all, except for Mother Brain, of course.
Hmm. They are Al and Zeb are literally in the same room right now. One's at the top and one's at the bottom.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're going to be hand-holding at this point because
It looks very
whenever,
linear. Linear.
yeah, unless it branches off and like someone ends up going ahead to check, something that's like a little detour.
Zeb went up and Al went through that missile door. And looks like Zeb picked the right room. And Bizen with the gravity suit now as well.
Oh no, Bison, it's yeah, that one. This is where you want to be.
And we have a fabled flower fight on Zeb's screen. And we're about to see the thing on Canadian Al. I always like this boss.
Any reason why?
It was just, when I was little, I thought I thought I accomplished something big, like beating Spore Spawn. Now it's just he's not necessary anymore in regular gameplay.
Really quick fight. I was waiting for those drops. Seems to me that it's going to be a little bit more branching off. I don't know what else the game could possibly, unless the game forces Speed Booster and Spring Ball next.
Mm-hmm.
There's not really anything that can gate Owl. Maybe the Batoon Hall.
Zeb found the lava dive area for Ridley's elevator access. Where does this lead? Ooh, interesting. Golden G4.
Billy Mays. Definitely not what Al wants. Oh, this is a big room though for Zeb to be in because it's gonna be decisions. Who knows what the item is at the top of Main Street? Pretty sure that Chozo's inaccessible anyway, so just there for decoration. Oh, this is a. I hope that the seed, although who knows, because there's a lot more to check at the bottom of Main Street. I hope that the seed doesn't force Zeb to go back, because that is a very tricky Green Gate glitch.
Mm-hmm. Wavegate room, that's a good find, kinda. Why isn't the gate open? Oh, there it goes.
It's because the shooting and morphing is really odd. Oh, our first boss. Here we go.
We got the Kraid. Now he has to be very careful not to use a charged plasma on Kraid when he opens his mouth.
Yeah, doing so can result in a glitch called Zombie Kraid, which will pretty much just force Kraid to just never die. And will crash your game if you touch him.
Really? I didn't know it would crash your game.
Yeah, if you touch Zombie Kraid, just Zombie Kraid will never open its mouth.
Ooh, Al finding speed booster in his path.
There might be something.
Tune.
Oh, two bosses back to back practically.
This is gonna get interesting.
Those are still good finds though for Al and for Zem, because they're
I
not dead
agree.
ends.
And high jump boots as well.
High jump boots is really good mobility, especially when you have speed booster.
Al found the top of the outside of Rick's ship. Al's just been on a item finding spree lately. Al's in Forgotten Highway.
So yeah, since they found speed booster, I wonder what room the seed's gonna have them to require speed booster. I feel like it's gonna be Batoon Hallway.
Yeah. Well, if we come across Spring Ball, we know it's Frog Speedway then.
Yep.
Oh, no Shack Tool.
Well, technically there is Shack Tool, so just not as much, not as as much forced time to spend with them. Another huge room here for Owl. Wow.
It's gonna be a while until he gets to those items that, or not items, but the bosses that Zeb has found.
You know what? Thinking about it, this is kind of a good play because you don't know for sure if the bosses are even required either.
True.
And Al with the with speed booster already makes the trek that Zeb had already a little faster. Nice juke there for Al, missing out on Spazer.
I don't like the idea of passing up on Spazer. That's the best beam in the game, I think. But I'm a Spazer lover. I've always have been.
Yeah, no, I definitely applaud the Spazer skip. Oh my goodness. So Al at the baby Metroid room. Depending on what's past this baby Metroid, assuming he doesn't get grabbed, or assuming he does get grabbed, it could be a very dangerous set of rooms.
Oh yeah.
Really good skip. Nice job, Al. But still no confirmation on what that speed booster force room is.
I mean, well.
Oh, here it is. Yep, this is it. Here's Batoon Hallway.
Now, if he comes across the room that requires a Fantoon being dead, he's gonna be backtracking awfully a lot.
Yeah, I feel like more often than not, if you do end up finding Fantoon, he ends up being forced. Bress, though, finally made it over to Attic.
And Zeb choosing not to kill Fantoon or Shaq Tool, and we got a Ridley fight on Owl's side.
Yeah, Ridley could also not be required. Just given how much branching there's been that Owl's been through, it could very well be a bust, or it could be forced, depending on what the seed decides for them.
Very true. And it looks like Bizen and Bresson are slowly catching up. They both have their gravity suits, and they are rocking these rooms out of the way. And that was a very clean Ridley fight from Al. And we got a Dragon fight from. Oh, this is the that's the green room. So Fantoon is required.
Meaning that Zeb does not need to be fighting Dragon at all. He just has to backtrack like right after this room. Because the G1 room is pretty much the room right before the refill to Mother Brain.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no reason for Zeb to explore any further.
So everything that Owl has found for Zeb is required, kinda.
Yeah, that entire route is going to be required for Zeb. Ooh, Bress and Bison pretty much just about in the same room, although that E-Tank helps to have to avoid any further deaths. The interesting thing about these rooms is usually that after a while, the seats get kind of easier. You don't have to fear dying as much. There's Wave Beam for Bison, so he knows that he's got to go back to GT. That
Al
takes up a lot of time, actually.
Al should pick up that Spazer. I would applaud that option.
Well, that was a really good jump right there. Oh, that was a really, really good space jump.
Ooh, Zeb getting grabbed.
That is unfortunate. What Zeb could do is try to damage himself down to Crystal Flash. But that would mean wasting a bunch of ammo. Oh no, there's a refill here. Plus, Zeb is a really, really good runner. There's no reason for him to...
All four of these runners are really good. Which reminds me, please follow all these wonderful runners. The commentary from Zeffy and our tracker.
Plug yourself in. You too.
I'm not plugging myself. I haven't been able to stream in weeks.
Well, still appreciative of your efforts and your time to volunteer and do commentary at least.
True. But that being said, please follow these wonderful runners for putting on the show, their teammates, and all the other runners in this tournament that are in right now.
Well, thank you to Iker for the tracking.
And Iker, follow Iker as well. I didn't want to butcher his name.
Really like the hand holding here by Dark, by Salmon. They roll deep together. Now, because Owl has already been through these rooms, and I guess a little bit more recent than Zeb's boss encounters, it would make it easier for Owl to just kind of guide Zeb, since they are in a voice call together, just sharing the information to point them in the right direction. Al knows that he has to go all the way to the top of Main Street here to find Phantom eventually, who happens to be locked behind that. Great.
Great. Yeah.
Here's the Ridley fight for Zeb. And in just a few rooms, Zeb should be at G1. Okay, Bress and Bison at least do happen to remember where GT was, because they're all heading the right direction. Which is pretty much going to Norfair.
Now I wonder if they'll accidentally save the animals.
Al already touched down at Crane too, so that's really good news. Zeb being the only one to kill all 4 G4 bosses.
Mm-hmm.
There's G1.
And where's Al going? Oh. He has to beat Kraid in order to get to Phantoon. I forgot about that.
Looks like Zeb couldn't pass up the opportunity to get the Zeb skip. I guess that would be, in a way, Zeb living up to his name, not skipping himself. But yeah, Zeb is pretty much at the final boss of the game.
And Canadian Al's going to be shortly behind him.
Really been liking Bress and Bison's side for a while now, ever since they synced up. Kind of like jogging buddies.
Mm-hmm.
There's that wave gate, or excuse me, green gate glitch. Nice job though
Ow.
for Al. Yeah, this was a dead end. They don't want to go here because this was what led them to gravity and ended up being a dead end. So they're gonna end up backtracking. This is not where they meant to be.
They need to head back to Golden Treezo area and take care of that nonsense that way.
Either way, for Team Vileplumes, it's gonna be a pretty good time for Zeb
Of course.
especially. Zeb on the escape. Yeah, like you mentioned, we'll see if they save the animals. Breast and Bison still at a loss. No GT to be found just yet. I'm pretty sure this is where they want to be, Breast and Bison. Because I think GT was like right beyond one of these doors here in Norfolk, but I can't remember for sure.
I don't remember either. Zeb finding the correct door to go into.
Oh, it was up the elevator. Cool. So, made it through. Nice. Back on track. Good door RNG there for Zeb.
And he did not come across the animals, so we will not see animals from Team Vileplumes, and Zeb finishing with official time as... Don't have the thing up to... Where's dot dot?
It's an hour and 2 minutes and 8 seconds, so good game to Zeb. Now, Al has already been through all these rooms, so he will not have to fight Ridley. Both runners are gonna have to split here no matter what for Team Dark by Selma. Oh yeah, never mind. This was the refill. Sports one is exactly what you want to see. I think I was trying to set up for a stutter 3 short charge. Or a 4 tap. Any short charge will do, honestly. Doesn't get it. It's quite alright. I mean, Owl can definitely just get through, even with just normal missiles, if he were to just blast all of his regulars. He will have to refill, however.
Yes, he will.
But 36 regular missiles is enough.
Mm-hmm.
No speed boost for Bison, so he's just gonna bomb jump his way through to get through these speed blocks.
I don't think anything's up here, though. I think Owl went this way and it was a dead end, but I'm not completely sure. Yeah, it was the Bloody Maze room.
It's a really hard call to make because the door at the very top of Main Street is kind of out of the way, so it does make sense for Breast to check what happens to be closest. Breast does want to check the enemy because we know that it's a speed booster.
And it is required, so they're gonna need it. Looks like Owl's doing stand up.
Okay, and Owl has now finished Mother Brain Phase 3. Should be getting started on his escape real soon. I guess as it stands, yeah, it makes sense for Breast and Bison to just continue going this way. There's like no reason for them to backtrack when this just kind of keeps them going further. But eventually they will run into G1 and they might, well, I mean, they're gonna end up backtracking anyway because they're gonna be looking for Phantoon.
I mean, when they find Kraid, they're gonna find, you know, Phantoon, hopefully. I don't think Breastman knows about the trick to skip Shack Tool.
Oh yeah, it doesn't look like it. Unless Breast just wants to spend time with him, but I would assume that unless Bison doesn't know either, the Bison could let him know. But yeah, there's just a lot of changes to Route Render that you just can't really. Oh, it's like found out. Either way, GG to Canadian Owl finishing up with an SRL time of 1 hour, 9 minutes, and 18 seconds. And yeah, Team Dark BiZalmon's has officially forfeited from this.
Sad to see.
Big shout outs to big shout outs to both teams for sticking it through and racing.
It looks like we are joined by Zeb and Owl.
Yep, Team Vileplumes. GG to the both of you. Really well run.
Thanks.
How did what are your thoughts, like reflections on these?
I think they're pretty fun. I think they're actually a little bit easier to keep track of than I originally thought they would be. Because you just kind of go down every path, and then like a lot of the time, like one branch, just you've done everything in it, so you can just completely forget about it at some point. So
there were times where I was asking you, where do I need to go again? I'm going back.
Yeah.
Now, through watching this whole race, Bizen was really close of doing the North Fairway where you got the gravity and the wave beam and all that extra stuff, but I think he forgot that you could power bomb and go that way, and he turned around and checked everything else, and that really slowed it down a little bit.
Oh.
Are you talking
North
about,
Fair, the North Fair escape.
GT?
No,
the back
North
door,
Fair.
the back door into lower North Fair exit.
Yeah.
Oh.
He came across it, and me being me, I didn't realize that was a thing either, so...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one of those weird things that's for this thing, so that you can go either way. But yeah, you would have to know that beforehand.
Yeah, it kind of goes in hand with what you said about practicing some of these. I don't know how many practice sessions you've all done.
Oh, myself.
We haven't practiced together, but we did a bunch of seeds on our own.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like doing them on your own, although they sometimes take a little bit longer, can help to kind of just get you an idea on how you would plan your own individual branching, and like how would you process all that information.
Yeah.
That said, though, I feel like this seed, it kind of had like so it paid out like at the end of each branch more often than not. It was really just being able to skip all the side doors, the doors that you didn't need, just to have that in mind, which didn't really kind of take you out of the way or like have you detour as extensively as I'd seen some seeds, or backtrack as much as I see some previous seeds. Which is why you both you, Zeb, and Owl were pretty much just kind of in approximate area to one another at like all times.
Yeah, until the end when Owl had to go back and kill Fantoon. But...
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't expect that branch to go all the way to the end.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'll follow this branch until I get to a dead end, and then I'll go back and follow Zeb to Fantoon, and it's like, oh, G1.
Yeah, I'm curious what was behind Dragon, though. I didn't check because we found the end, but...
Yeah, that was... I required 3 out of the 4 major bosses and every mini boss.
Yeah, Zeb being the only one to kill all G4.
that GT fight.
Oh, yep.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. Do you like you're finding plasma up there after the fact? That you're like, I should have checked. Like, does that make you wanna like in future to check it ahead of time?
Well, I wanted to check it, but I guess like
I
I
mean, at
think
the
it was
same
I was
time,
a bit too slow to check it, so
Hmm.
I did like I only had like I had no E-tanks,
Yeah.
so I didn't want to
at
get
the
hit
same
by
time,
GT.
I don't know if you could have grabbed it even,
I mean I think I could have, but
Yeah,
because you
so
didn't.
I think what you would want to do in that situation is probably the power bomb where the missile is,
yeah,
where the missile normally is. And I think you can see it from there.
I don't think you can see it from there, but you can clear out the blocks.
Yeah, you clear out the blocks. Can you bomb jump your way up before setting off GT?
I think you can. I think you can make that wall jump.
Yeah,
I'm
you can
not
make
sure.
the wall jump, but you have to
Okay.
activate GT.
Okay. Then yeah, it just. I was wondering, like, it would have paid off, like,
mhm.
to make it much easier. Also, sorry,
And
I
then
just want to.
and then that branch led to a suitless, high jumpless part that I could do, and then two fast pillars.
Yeah.
And then after all of that, oh, I had to go back.
Mhm.
I wanted to interject really quick because we also have Team Dark BiZalmon's joining us here in the voice channel. So welcome in GG, Bress, and Bison.
Hello.
GG guys.
Yeah, GG, y'all.
GG.
But did you not have Screw and Space Jump by the time you did GT? You just went for it
I had
before
screw
clearing out the other.
had screw attack, but I don't think I had space jump at the time.
Yeah, he went that way, and I went the other way. And I went the way that got space jump. So, yeah.
Yeah, we got kind of stuck there too because we had like 10 supers or 15 supers and a pea shooter.
Yes, I only have 5
that
supers.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
wow.
GT
He
fight.
had one reserve tank, 33 health, and yeah, that's about it.
Holy
and the
crap.
5 supers and 15 missiles and 15 power bombs when he took on GT.
Oh
had
my
to
god.
use
How,
had to use the obscure trick of using missiles at GT.
how did you even
It was desperate times.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that out. That sounds crazy.
Wow.
Using missiles on GT.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do
it's
they
pretty
do
much
damage?
so, like they do. You just still have to. You have to have GT grab a super first so that he doesn't turn around to juke him.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
you fire a super missile, GT grabs it, and then you fire missiles into him.
Yep. It's good to know. It really helped Al a lot
Yeah.
as well.
Nice.
Did you guys know about the Sengo chamber
Yes.
power bomb or whatever? No. Okay, we didn't.
Yeah, the reverse
I should
lower
know
warfare.
because I had it in a seed when I just started practicing, but I don't know if you caught it on the restream when I hit the end of that route or branch. I actually bombed the blocks there to make sure they're combo blocks. I shot them. I didn't have power
Yep.
bombs at the time, I think.
Yeah,
And
it's a
yeah.
weird place to have.
That
Like, I'm.
that is, you were the first one there, Bison. You were the first one
Oh.
there, and Sephi said something about it, and I didn't know about it. And it's one of those obscure things with the route randomizer. From what I've learned, that it's not normal.
Yeah, because they've made a lot of the crumble blocks shot blocks. So I tried shooting it, I tried bombing it, and and I was pretty sure.
Yeah,
Pretty sure
I think
that's it.
I think it would have made more sense to make those crumble blocks bomb or
Yep.
shot blocks so that you can like get through it. Like that's what everyone would think. But yeah, or you could even just
Still a
remove the crumble
sick
blocks
time.
entirely.
We just found 2 hubs right as you were finishing. Granted, we lost a lot of time. We practically redid the whole early game before realizing that maybe there's something there. But still,
Big
we just
Pink is
found 2
like
hubs. And so.
the last hub, I think, that we found.
Yeah, I lucked out into finding G1.
Hmm.
Oh,
Otherwise, would have been there a bit longer.
Down at the waterway entrance. It's a long branch, but it eventually does lead to Ridley and then G1.
nice.
Unfortunately, that meant I had to backtrack.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of you have like any other additional thoughts or anything else that you wish to share.
Not really. I'm just really enjoying the kind of co-op stuff where you talk
Right.
to another teammate when you're playing. I think this has been a lot of fun. So.
Last night, I sort of like cut my left middle finger at a bad spot, so like it didn't impede on my gameplay too much, but like at the start I had something on it and that was impeding my gameplay, and took it off and didn't really affect anything. But that was the thing I was worried about.
Well, at least it didn't get any worse. You were just holding yourself back with that cover up. Yeah, I don't know if anyone from Bison or Breast. GG again to both of you.
GG Zeb and Al, and thank you guys for the restream and comms.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun actually, despite getting stuck twice. One was completely our fault, but the first one, yeah, I kind of feel that it's not so much my fault, but yeah, it was still a nice one. I heard you say that it paid off. Every branch paid off with a good item, so it was very nice to play.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I like the co-op. It's fun.
I feel like at this time I really do wanna, because I agree with the whole co-op thing. I do wanna just put it out there that I feel like everyone should be a little bit more vocal about expressing how they feel about the co-op, because it is a lot of fun. You do these games on your own, like runs, randos, on your own more often than not. In order to have that in the future, have more co-op based team-based tournaments, races, what have you. I think that would be extremely well received, especially if put out to a wider audience. So I'm glad that you all share the same feelings, because I think that's been the favorite of the majority of the runners, if not all.
Well said.
Absolutely.
So I hope
completely
this gets
agree.
out there. I think the audience that like agrees as well. So I'm gonna speak on their behalf too, because I like watching these things too. It's nice.
I would love to see some multi-troid at some point if we can get the stability good enough. Like that's the big issue with that, but I think multi-troid is one of the most fun ways to play Super Metroid. It's too bad that we can't do it because of stability issues.
Yeah.
This week.
That said, though, I do just want to mention one last time, make sure to follow the runners, every single one of them. Bressingham, Bison, Canadian Owl, and Zeb. All really fantastic players. Yeah, good job. Shout outs to Iker for commentary, and thank you HK for joining me on comment, or excuse me, Iker with tracking and HK for commentary. Appreciate it. Good luck on your future races, all for you. Here's to more fun.
Yep, good luck to you all, and it was a wonderful race to watch. I mean, impressive fights all around, some stumbles, but it was amazing to watch.
Yeah, with that, I guess close that then. Thanks for watching and stuff. And
don't forget to follow the Speed Gaming channels, the other ones, there's races going on all the time in there. Anyway, signing out.